everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today you've caught me cutting up some of my letters. I've started doing this a little while back and I want to collect letters for some mixed media stuff. So every bit of packaging I've been getting, I cut the letters off the front, which I think I can use, and I've been stashing it. And even just cutting up this alone has been just one of those things that, I don't know what you call it, you know, like not mindless, but just a relaxing sort of thing to do. Cutting up letters, chucking them in their little homes. So all I've done here is get a container that's you know, got all your separate compartments, and I have put, it doesn't go right to Z, so I've put X, Y, Z in the last one, but I've written, if you can see on here, I've written the letters of the alphabet here where I can see that they need to go. And yeah, when I get some packaging, I'll cut it up and sit it on the desk until I get a decent amount that I can cut up, and then just put it in its different families, letter families. And I really want to utilize this in some junk journaling one day. Alright, so that's how much I've got together so far. I think I've been doing this for a couple of months, so just cutting letters up and stashing them away. So I'll put that up. Now, I've been looking around in the shops. I found these little gorgeous little wooden, what do you call it, like people figures. I want to make some angels with them, but that's not today's one because I want to use some of Nat's little wings, but I'm going to put them aside. I think we'll do them in another video. But today, oh, there's some more. Today, what I want to do, I got a pack of these wooden pegs. Now, I do have some old ones somewhere, but do you think I could find them? No. So, they came in two different packs. Both of them came with 6 in it. Some came with the stand on the bottom and others didn't. They were longer here. So I thought I'll get the ones with the stand because I could use them with a stand or without a stand. So I'll put the stands aside because I don't want to use them at the moment with the stand. Right, now in my previous videos you've seen my fabric candles. Aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. I loved doing these, loved doing them. Now Sue Spargo, the lady who sent me some gorgeous gorgeous sparkly fabric, she said, why not make some candles with all your sparkly fabric? And I was like, oh, that would look so good, so good. So I was having a think, and I had a quick look on Pinterest, and I've seen one photo of the candles done on these wooden pegs. And the purpose of the peg is that you can slip your, like, let's say that this is your Christmas tree, you can slip your candle onto your Christmas tree branch, okay, and put them straight onto your Christmas tree. And I was just like, oh, that's a great idea. And I thought that might inspire me to get my Christmas tree out because it still isn't out, and that's not like me. I've always had it up early. So this is my intention for these today. I've got some felt. I still will use the felt, I think, and the felt will just cover, I'll just use it just to cover like even just that much of it. I don't, probably half of that, Yeah, probably half of that candle. So I'll cut a strip because we won't need lots of felt for this, just to cover up the wood, so it gives us a little bit of cushioning to sew on. So I'm going to just mark out how much I'll need, which won't be much. So I'll need that much, which is, let me measure it. Well, these pegs are, they're almost 4 inches long, or 9.5 centimeters. Okay, so I want that, like I said, to cover up about half of that peg split. So the felt will be 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay, so and I'll say that in centimeters, and that in centimeters is 6 by 6. All right, so I will go ahead and I will cover these just with some felt like that, and then I will come back and we'll do the next step. My dog wants to get out. Okay, I've got all my felt prepped there on it, and I'm just going to come in now and pick some colours. I love all this sequiny stuff, so it's just whatever your heart desires on this, make it whatever. I just want it shiny and fun. That's my aim for these. So I'm just going to see where to cut, and it's handy to have the dots in a row because I can cut up that row. I'm going to do them all different colours, and I'm going to cut it just a bit longer than I need to. Okay, that's my first colour. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? These sorts of shiny fabrics make me so happy. So I'll just go, because all my candles are the same, I'll use this as a template, and we'll cut out 6 different patterns. Now, I thought about sewing this. If you want to sew it, go right ahead and sew it. Add your fancy stitches on it, all that sort of stuff. But you know what? I'm just going to glue it. I've got my hot glue gun here, so why not? Let's just glue it. I just, yeah, I'm not a, if you haven't already noticed, I'm not a, real big on sewing, but I do enjoy sewing. But when I want to get something done, I just want to get it done. Now I'm just wondering here whether this hot glue is going to affect the sequins. I just have to put little bits down. I don't want to overdo the glue and actually melt them, because that could be a risk. Okay, that is on. And for the top, I just want to like the last ones I did, I sort of scrunched them in at the top. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue there and scrunch that top in, like that. I hope that will work. This is all a bit of an experiment. So I wonder whether I can open that back out again. Yeah, a little bit. I sort of wanted it to have that little frill at the top like that. Right, so I'm going to go and cover all these. Right, I've got all my candles done. Oh, hang on, there's the blue one. I thought I had one colour less. Now, for the flames. Now, I've got some of this sparkly stuff that's really stiff. What else did I have? I've got this. I've got some netting. I've got some yellow, I don't know what you call that, but it's quite stiff. And I've also got some flowers. Okay, so you could use the tops of flowers if you wanted to. I just thought I'd get them out just to give you some ideas of what to put on the top. Now, I need to draw out another pattern, because I think the last pattern went in the bin. And but it's good to draw another pattern out, because these ones won't be quite as big as the previous ones. See, we've got things like this, you know. So the flame I want to be about this big. Okay, and then I've also got my circles that I can choose a circle as well. That would be good around that. That'd probably be too big. I'd say this one would probably suit good. That one there, so I'll just draw it out so that you can see. And that would be my flame, and you know, the glow around the frame. So that was that's a 38mm circle, which is 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters and 8 millimeters. So it's almost like 3 1/4. And this flame measures 2.5 centimeters. Okay. Let's also check that for you in inches. That's 1.5 inches, I think. These numbers are nearly worn off this. Yeah, that's 1.5 inches. And then the flame would be around 1 inch high and just over 1/2 inch wide at the widest. So they're the measurements of the flame part of it, in case you need to know that. So what I'm going to do is cut out, because this is quite stiff, this, and if it isn't stiff I would put it on maybe some felt. I might even do that, you know. Leave a little bit of edge space so that I can get that pink and sheer shape around it. And that pen disappears with heat, so I could just touch it on the edge of my hot glue gun and it disappears, which is handy. Don't need to get the iron out. Alright, so that's our little glow, and then we pick something for. Now the reason I pulled out this was to just put something in the background. Like you could put, I love collecting up all these textures and mesh, and because you just don't know when you'll use it. It can just be awesome in something. So I just want to get a little bit of that out, and you could even like stretch it out of proportion or whatever you want to do with it. Okay, you could put it on there. And then pick yourself a flame, which I might, I got some of this ribbon, this gold ribbon. We could make our flame out of that. And let's cut you out. And I'm not being precise with anything. This is homemade, so I'm just having fun doing it. You know, it's all made out of scraps and things, so just get in there and just have a ball. Something that's not precise can also just be so relaxing, because you're not holding your breath trying to get it exactly right. You're just enjoying the process. Right, so then I can, oh, this glue gun is just spewing out everywhere. Okay, I can, I might just put a line down there, put my flame on. I don't want it to sort of melt my bits and pieces either. Okay, and I'm going to just see if that will stand up. I may need to back this onto some felt. I may need to do that, I think. And I'm not being fussy with that being exactly right either, because you won't see the felt. Okay, I'm just going to put it on the back. Right. And oops. Oh, come on. Now I also want to put a piece of, I'm just going to cut a little flame out of some of this. Just freehand it. Oh, this velvet. Just a smaller one. Nice. Alright, and then let's pick one. We won't pick the gold one, we'll pick something really different, because we'll put different flames on. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? So let's open up this little flap that I made at the top. some good amount of glue in there. And we'll sit that in there. And then I might even come in with the pinking shears, this front section, give that little trim so it doesn't overpower the flame. Pull all your spider webs off. And like that, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Now just make sure you pay attention to this slit. You want this slit to be in line with the candle, because if you don't, it'll go on the tree like that. So you've got to line up that slit and make sure that that's in proper proportion. Then to finish that off, you can then check out your scrap bags. Okay, I'll get some of this. I found this the other day and it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so add some trim to it. Let's get my fabric scissors. Maybe I'll add some gold trim to this one to match the... I've got bags and bags of just trim and stuff that I've found at the Opshops, and it's just coming in so handy. So handy. And it's all tangled up, but let's just cut a piece off. And I'm going to just put that around I'll start at the back so you don't see it. And then bring it around. Let's cut that off. Let's finish you off at the back. Isn't that so cute? It's so cute. We'll see what it looks like on the top. I might put some on. Yeah, I might put some along there too. Okay, so that is my first tree candle. Now with the with these, I might I'm just wondering whether I should do them all in this so that they match. I think I might do that. But you could certainly get a little flower like this, okay, and put your flame on top of that. That would look so pretty, and you could then put glitter along here. That's an option. I grabbed them out to I think if I did that I'd do them all like that, but this is a great option, and putting glitter on those flowers, they would look beautiful. And I think this would look really dainty if you were doing the slow stitching, you know, put something like that on there like that. But I think because these are real dazzling ones, I think I'm going to stick with this. I like that. So yeah, let's do that. You know, I might even make some more to go on the tree, but for now I'm going to do these sparkly ones. Okay, I've tidied up. I have got all the spider webs off these candles. What do you think of them? I just think they're pretty cool. You don't see decorations like this. And I just thought they were a really cool idea when I seen them on these pegs. I only seen one photo and they weren't sort of decorated like this either. They were very plain. But I just love my sparkly fabric on these. Look how they sparkle. Okay, now remember at the beginning of the video when I showed you just the blank wood pieces, the pegs, and they came with bases. So that's why I chose these. You could use them as candles that sit in these bases. Okay? If you were going to do that, I'd probably maybe put something on the base so you don't see the wood part. But depending on how you're going to set it up, would be how you decorate. You could definitely decorate the wooden base. You could even, where's the last one? You could even get some. Like when I go to the shops, when I go to the Opshops, I look at the tinsel. I'll pick up tinsel that looks vintage like this. It's really fine, and other bits of tinsel that do look vintage. So you could wrap that, a piece of this, around the base there, and it would hide that piece of wood. You could also, just let me get something. To give that vintage vibe, you could also, like I pick up things like this as well, and you could also add that, pieces of that to the front of the wood and have it so that the candles sit up, but they've got a piece of that glued to the front. Okay, so that would be an idea. And then you've got these sorts of look, these other sorts of vintage things. You could glue that to the front, and how awesome would that look? Or you've got these cake, these old cake decorating bits and pieces. Look at that. How gorgeous would that look? Glued to the front. And then there's other leaves in here. Here's a little holly leaf decoration that was just in a bag of bits and pieces. Put that on the front. Look at it. It's gorgeous. So there's lots of things you could do by buying the ones that have got the little stand-up base. I'll take a few photos of them, and you could even, this pack that I got came, it was a pack of cake decorating things. You could glue that to the front. Look at that. You could put a little, let's put a holly leaf like that, and put Santa on there. He would make an awesome, awesome decoration on that. And in here there was also, look at this, just this little thing. This could look beautiful on one of these as well. Oops, put it around the right way. And there was also in here some, like, you know, these Merry Christmas that you get on the front of a on the top of a Christmas cake. Look, you could glue one of them on there too, and it stands up. Put a bit of greenery behind it. That's what I would do. Just put a little bit of greenery behind it, or even paint this green and stick that to the front of it. Lots and lots of options. Keep a lookout in the op shops for all these little bits and pieces. Look, here's another little vintage cake topper. Oh, wouldn't he look awesome on there? So you can add all those bits and pieces. You could also get a piece of just ribbon and wrap that around. Wrap it around so that it sits in it, like it's almost like a little cup shape, and it sits in it. Lots and lots of ideas there. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at these today, how I've made them. Yeah, grab the ones with the bases, because then you've got two options how you could use them, and that would be awesome. You know, one Christmas you could put them on the tree, another Christmas you could line them all up on a windowsill and they would look beautiful. Right, I hope you've enjoyed looking at these today. Make sure you watch out for my upcoming video too. I'll be using these little wooden figures, and look at these angel wings that Nat gave me. They're perfect for this size, so I'm going to do some of these for the Christmas tree. I might put little bits of doily on this one, I don't know yet. I've got this really stiff lace that I might cut some wings, not wings, like a little halo out or something like that, so watch out for that one too. So I'm keen to get the Christmas tree out now and put these beautiful decorations up. I love how they turned out. I might even make some more. Pickle! Oi! Oh gosh, it's been bugged out today, barking at something. Like, share and subscribe. I would love to have you here with me on my channel. Press the notification button and also give me a thumbs up. I really need that. And yeah. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you soon for the next video. And in the meantime, get crafty, get into some Christmas stuff. It's really inspired me and made me feel happy, which I'm so thankful for. So take care guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.